Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everyone doing? And I did it again. Jake, when he comes back, I hid his message. I don't know how to unhide it. So sorry about that, Jake, if you're watching. It was the one said he'll be right back. I don't know how I do it. I lean up against his phone. I've got to figure out what I'm doing wrong. Well, good morning anyway. And I didn't forget, Rob. I did actually. I was going to try to go earlier. Rob's on the Midwest East Coast or East Coast. And an hour earlier would be better for him. So, guys, give me your input on it. What I figured I'd do is maybe split the difference the first time and go at 8 o'clock next time. So see how that works out for everybody. But I know Rob working and it's hard for him to do, which I understand. And I shouldn't say hi to everybody. Nikki, thanks as always, Rob. Jake, if you're back, I'll let you know that I can show it here. I'll be back. See, that was the one that it says on my YouTube that I blocked or that I hid his message. Hey, Tommy, how you doing? And that's it, I think, right? Oh, there's Jake. So I don't know what I did. I hid one of your messages that said you'd be right back by leaning on this phone. So anyway, time changes next month. Is that worse? Make it worse or better? I don't. It's been so long since I've been in a country or back home, back where I was born. I don't want to say home. I'm home's here, and experienced daylight saving time. That's what we used to call it. So I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't work tomorrow. It's all good. All right, cool. But I'll try it. I'll see. I'll give it a shot. I mean, we only have 4 people in here right now, so I don't know. Maybe there's some other people doing live streams. I don't have a clue. Or maybe people just don't want to watch, which is okay. Let me see. I gotta start humming. Where was that at? No real big changes in the house. They're gonna start excuse me. They're gonna start doing the front area where there's gonna be seating and some, I don't know, my wife's on some metal stuff. I said, well, what is this for up above? And she said to make beautiful. So I said, oh, okay. So it doesn't have a function at all. It just to make the place look beautiful. So I said, all right, what are you gonna do, right? Looking more like Santa. Are you? Yeah, I can't see it. It's too small on this screen. I'll check it out later. There I go with the again. Damn. So Jake, sorry about that. I've been erased. Yeah, I don't know. I lean on this freaking phone, and lucky I didn't. I think last time I figured out how to unhide somebody. I hid somebody. I can't remember who it was, but this time it was. I just hid your message. I guess I didn't want to see that you were gonna be back soon. I don't know what I did. Sorry, Jake. Hey, Lewis, how you doing? Glad you could make it. What was the one deal that that I didn't tell you guys, and I was kind of waiting until we got a few people here, but I guess it don't really matter. Um, Logan, when he did his live stream, that's going grace, did his live stream last time. Was taking a let me get this. He was taking a survey from the people that were there on whether they wanted Apple or whether they were Apple people or Android people, and they and we were talking about it and all that, and it's been, I don't know, 10 years. When did the iPhone 8 come out? Long time ago anyway. It's been 10 years. The battery in this thing is starting. I guess I could have a battery put in it, so I've been told. But it only has 90 something. It doesn't have very much memory either. And if I want to start shooting, it would be nice. I used to shoot a lot of video with this, and the camera deal isn't the greatest. It's not bad, but I've seen people like, I think Joe shoots a lot of his stuff with the 14 Pro Max, and my wife's been bugging me that you need to get a phone that the battery lasts more than 5 minutes. And anyway, I pulled the pin 2 or 3 days ago. I don't get it on I guess the pre-order was so you get it on the 22nd, but I don't get it till a week from this Friday, which whatever that is, the 29th or something. And I got the blue one. It was the only one you could get. I didn't really have a choice. I think if I would have had a choice, I would have either took black or the natural titanium. But I've been watching some of the YouTube videos and stuff like that on it, and they're pretty cool. But I won't use half the stuff that they have on there. But the cameras got upgraded again, bigger sensor, faster chip and stuff. And so when I do get it, I'll start shooting video and getting used to doing that, because I always have my phone, always have it in my hand. I'll leave this and forget this, right here on the desk, but I won't forget my phone. I'll take that with me. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? Hey, John, how you doing? On the go. If you guys aren't subscribed, please do yourself a favor. Let's see. And did I said hi to Lewis? Said sorry to Jake 4 or 5 times. Oh man, I'm so bad at this. Why do you vlog, guys? I do it because I can hear myself. Is why I do it. And I used to have, and I still will. I still want to get people back up. Mitch used to come on all the time. Brock, Mark, everybody was welcome, and still are if they want to come on. I just haven't set that up, but I can hear better when I'm got 4 people on 5 people or whatever on the screen. So I see Dave is rocking he had the short hat. Yeah, I told you it was that it was the troll that mentioned it. God, it's got to be over a year ago, and I thinking to myself, what the hell is that? I think I asked Mitch the first time. I said, what the hell is Dijon or whatever the hell it is? And I didn't even have a clue. Somebody gave me the hat, so it's pretty good. It's pretty funny stuff. Dijon forever. Yeah, posh stuff. I know. How are you? Glad you could stop by. If you guys aren't subscribed, again, do yourself a favor and subscribe. So I'll get it, and of course, when I do get, I guess it's a week from this Friday, and like I said, I got the blue one, and I think I ramble mid sentence on that. I think if I would have had, they only had the blue. I could have got it in the 256 was the one that I got, or the 5, whatever it is, 512. And my wife said that one's plenty, which I can see it is. But it was 8,000 baht more. What it was 48,900, So I don't know what that is. Somebody, hey, Black Sheep, how you doing? Glad you could stop by. Hey, Jack. Uh, I don't know how much that is. But I bought the little block for it because they don't give them to you anymore with the phones. The only thing that comes in the box is the phone and a little book and the cable, which is the big major uh, deal that was on the 15 is this is now a USB-C port, which is awesome actually. And what was I rambling about? Oh, first I would have either got the titanium or the black, but it only came in the blue, and which is fine. I don't really care. It's going to go in a case anyway. Um, and I have to make the decision. I didn't know, but when we bought, or my wife actually bought her own iPhone 14 Pro Max, um, and she didn't buy the warranty. I bought the warranty when I got my little pad, and I always buy the warranty. It's 8,000 baht, which is 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. It's $230 or something more for that. So it was right at 50,000 baht when I left there. I gave him 5,000 baht to hold it or whatever, or to order it or to get it or whatever I did. And I was, and I'll make that decision. I know me, I'll probably go ahead and get it, just in case, because I guess, especially on the 14, I guess they made a change. The back of the 15 is now easier to replace or whatever. With the 14, you had to go in through the front, and I think they wanted like something ridiculous, 8,000 or 10,000 baht Apple to replace the screen. And if you have a warranty on your phone, even the standard warranty, and you have somebody else do it for, I don't have a clue how much, let's say 3,000, 5,000 baht, it voids your warranty, whatever warranty you had. So I guess I'll probably do that. So now I've got, is that what is it, Jake? 212. That's how much, 8,000. So, hey, Mitch, how you doing? Glad you could stop by. Hey, Daz. But so I got the iPhone 15. So we'll see. Like I said, I go pick it up a week from this Friday. I'm imagining that I still got to get a case for it. I'm not going to buy theirs. I like the one my wife has, and she got it across from the place in Robinson's, and I'll go there and get it. It's a clip-on deal, but it's got a little stand on it. And anyway, it's perfectly fine, and it's like 1/3 of the cost of what they wanted Apple. I think I did say hi, didn't I, to you, Jack? I think I did. So anyway, I'm kind of looking forward to trying that out. I mean, the camera, like I said, I think Joe, and I'm talking about Foreigner Joe and Gift. I think I know he edits on his Apple MacBook or whatever, and I believe that he shoots all of his videos with the iPhone. The only thing that I'm gonna have to check out is, I've got all my microphone setups and everything. I don't know what I need to do for this C port and what I need to do for external microphone. We'll see, and we'll see what the internal and everything sounds like on it. Dave, I'm going to send maple syrup to Alex. Are you? You should do what he did. Just write your address on a cardboard and show us. Pretty sure no one will send pipe. I'm not worried about it. That's not the reason that I'm not doing it. I mean, anybody can go into my videos, or links drop for my wedding deals and all that on where I'm at. It's just me being lazy. So I will do it, though. I will do it. How you doing? Glad you could stop by. Saying hi to Mitch and to Daz. And who else is here? I think that's it. So that's pretty much the gist on the thing. And I forgot to say it because I ordered it the day before the last live stream. So I ordered it 3 days ago. It was when we came back from Ubon. We stopped and my wife said, let's just go there. And they had some kind of a music festival going on there, and the place was packed. And I'm going, man, I don't really want to, you know. She said, let's just go there. If I can't find a place to park, um, we'll just go back home. Because it was later. It was like 5:30, and I was hungry, so we ended up eating at the place with the revolving deal hot pot thing. But I only eat the salmon sushi. That's all I eat. But it's my favorite place to go, and probably not the best for me because I do dip it in soy sauce. But anyway, we went there, ordered it, went down. We didn't have a problem finding parking, so it all worked out. Unseen, how you doing? Glad you could stop by. I appreciate it. If you guys aren't subscribed, I don't watch enough of it. There was, I forget the guy's name. Somebody can maybe I know they'll know right off the bat. The one guy, he does a lot of stories, and this guy did too, and he ended up having to go back to England, and him and his wife opened up a little place, and they spent all their savings on it, and then COVID hit, and they ended up having to go back, and he was a taxi driver. God, I forget, a bald guy, but he told real good stories. So does Unseen. So if you guys are into that, let me bring it up again. If you guys are into that, you definitely should subscribe. I don't watch it enough. I do watch, and like I said, you guys need to comment, and even if you say hello, how are you, nice video, whatever it is, it helps them, and they know that you were there. And I'm I'm the worst at it because I've been and watched and not commented, and always hit the thumbs up if you guys are doing it. Hey, Dowlow, how you doing? Glad you could stop by. Let's see. Simon, that's it. He was a good storyteller, right? Which I think you are too. But I used to watch him. I was kind of actually disappointed when he had to go back. Plus, I felt for the guy, man. You know, if that COVID wouldn't have hit, he'd have been on top of the flipping world, right? The place was going like gangbusters. People were coming and staying, and I feel for him. Hopefully, he can make it back. I'm still subscribed, but it doesn't pop up, so I don't see anything of his anymore. Hey, Scott, how you doing? Glad you could come and make it. Let's see. Yeah, just good stuff, right? Well, check out Unseen. He's got some good videos and does a good job with. I'm just not a good storyteller. I wish I was, but I think Simon was good, and I think that Unseen is good also. Is he here yet already or no? I know he's coming because I think that Daz and him are going diving, right? Not here until the 30th. Boom. He was really good, had some interesting stuff. He got deeper than he should have. Yeah, COVID got him. Yeah, if he would, just unlucky at that point. Because if he, it's one thing to grab your savings like that and go on a gut, which his gut feeling was right. I mean, I probably would have done the same thing, sad to say. But if COVID wouldn't have hit, he'd have been overwhelmed with with everything going on, I'm sure. And then to have to go back and work again, God, I couldn't even imagine that. I feel for him, but he was he still is, I'm sure, a great storyteller, as are you. So if you guys are into that, check out Unseen Thailand for sure. Hey, Mama, you made it. glad that you could make it. Big supporter, Mama is, and has a hard time. I think a lot of people do at the time. That's why I'm saying maybe I'll go a half hour earlier next time, and we'll see what it's like, or then maybe I'll go. I don't know. We'll find something. There's Nikki up in the middle of the night. How you doing, Nick? Thanks for coming in as always. I wish I wasn't so old. I'd go back. Like I said, I went and I was talking. No one knows who I'm talking to Daz. When I was younger, I took the course 2 times through the what was the Boy Scout deals where they had the pool, and anyway, took everything, did all the stuff in the pool and the ditch and recovery and all that, did it twice. And never made it to the beach dive or whatever to get certified. Went diving once with my friend who was certified in Maui years ago. Now with my breathing thing, I bought those little 1-2 liter tanks. They give you about. It's got a regular, uh, you know, um, God, my mind's gone. It's got a little deal that goes over. It holds the tank in the back. Regular regulator. It's got a little dial that shows you how much is in it. And these guys keep making them bigger and bigger on Lasada. First, they were just a 1 liter bottle about this big. One I got, I think, are 2 liters, and it's about yay big. And I bought the machine to pump them up because they say you can pump them up with the hand pump that they that they sell. Oh man, you'll kill yourself trying to do it. I should go in the pool and try it out and see, but with all that crap that had anything over or restricting my breathing in any way, I think would freak me out. But I did enjoy it. But you guys will probably or I'm sure you'll have a great time. If I missed something, guys, put it up if you're asking me a question. If you're just talking amongst each other, go ahead and talk. Yeah, I know that is that the channel. I know that he had the channel, and then he would have gals on there every once in a while, and and introduce them to people. And it was going so good. The guy was good. His wife was great. They were living the freaking dream, and wham, man, that COVID kicked him in the teeth. Thanks, Rob. It'll go to my wife. She'll decide. I had people donate to the PayPal and all this stuff. She's gonna get she's gonna have like 12,000 baht at the end of this month between PayPal and there. So she's got. I would talk to her last night about her mind going crazy. So thanks a lot, Rob. Really appreciate it. Here, Mitch said, yeah, he was doing something with Rob, right? Last time, no, that was not his channel. It's a link to his book. Okay. Well, who was last I saw some? Yeah, on Rob's, he did like 2 or 3 of them, right? That I saw from the UK, and I haven't seen one in a while. But he was going to start another channel. He did a couple of videos in London, but I guess it didn't go well for him. But he, I guess he did okay. Hey, Louis, how you doing? Louis still hanging out. What a guy. Thank you for all the support. Really appreciate it. My wife's a happy camper. She's got a smile from ear to ear. It's amazing. And I don't know who else is married or has a Thai significant other, but I was with enough women and lived with this one for a long time, 30 years. If this one woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning because the dog was barking or the cat jumped on her or, something like that, that would be a scream fest. And she would be like a truck driver, even though she didn't want me to cuss. My wife, oh, hi, Ken, and give him a smile. And 3 o'clock in the freaking morning, and she's got to get up and go to work. It's amazing. I'm totally amazed at the temperament and the sabai of, at least in my wife. I don't know, but I'm imagining it's an Asia thing, I think. But I don't know. Gators, your wife always smiling, even if she gets woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning, because mine sure is. Let's see. Asking Nikki, I'm good, working 2 jobs now. So you went from being unemployed, and now you got 2 jobs. Good for you, brother. Hope everything works out for you. But yeah, she's constantly got a smile on her face because she went about 2 months. We didn't have very much going on. We didn't meet the limit for the AdSense, and now we met the limit for the AdSense and a few PayPals, and she's from here to here and thinking about how she can put smiles on other Thais' faces, which is awesome. I like it. Like I said, man, if it makes my family smile, if it makes me smile, I'm okay with everything. And somebody had asked me too about doing a video about how my Thai family and my wife saved my life. I got to go back and watch Joe's. I told the person they left a comment um, that that video is in my on my page under playlists. There's the original interview that Joe and Gift did with me, but I don't know if I went into that too in depth. So I might do not go crazy, but maybe a 5 minute, 6 minute talking head recorded blog or whatever you want to call it about that, because they're freaking phenomenal, as most people will attest. I'm sure Jake will. I'm sure everybody that has a Thai partner, wife, whatever. Their families, at least for the most part. Oh, my battery died. I hate it when that happens on my mouse. Hey, Baldy, how you doing? And maybe I will, because if anything, even if I did, put in there how they basically saved me, my wife, pretty much, but how they supported and did everything and all that kind of stuff. They deserve to watch it, so maybe I will anyway. But it was like the second or third time that somebody had asked me, especially since Chuck, we went up 300 subscribers or something, or almost. So those people were, I think, interested in the story more. And if they, like I said, if you're watching right now, you can go on my YouTube page and go under playlists. And if you pull it down, you'll see it's a single video, and it says from Joe and so it kind of got me started, in case some people don't know it. After he did that, I said, I'm just kind of here. I, met my wife, and that's interesting. It keeps me going. But, he said, well, you ought to try doing it. I said, I don't like looking at this old guy on here. He said, well, just, occasionally just talk. Because I hadn't talked in any of my videos. They were basically just to show people in the United States the hotels that I stayed in and some of the stuff I was doing. And then slowly but surely, you can't shut me up now. It's amazing. But I have a good time. And as long as I'm having a good time, I'll still be here. Bad flu. Yeah, I don't know. Last time I got COVID or tested, was the first time that I had it. And I don't know. It was nothing to me. It was like a bad cold, a mild flu, or a medium flu. And I know it affects some people worse than others. But, and like I said, to get back to Simon's deal, my heart goes out to the guy, man. And I know he's over there busting his butt to get back here. And I know there was a lot of people that watched him. I don't know why. Maybe he's just too busy to even throw something out once a week or something. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I mean, it was kind of like trying to hook up people with the gals in the village that wanted to be. I mean, my wife's, when anybody comes over here, I get between the relatives and friends, well, mainly the relatives. Of course, they're all brothers and sisters to my wife. My sister wants to find a Farang boyfriend, husband, whatever, and they're very good-looking people in that same age group, right around 40, and don't give a rat's whether you're fat, old. They want the deal in there. They want the heart. They want to know. That's all they want. So again, you can. And I had a couple of interesting deals that I'm hoping. One person wrote in and said he had two Thai wives that had passed away, one from diabetes and something else. He put it in the comment, and it was interesting as hell. He's coming back in November. I'd love to talk to him, and he's found someone new. And I said, man, just great, great what you're doing, because life isn't over, man. It isn't over. I spent 5 weeks spending time with my wife's family, beautiful people. At times I thought they were talking about me. A little paranoia. Yeah, I don't know. I should, you'd think, Dallo, by the time. I'm embarrassed to say that I know like 3 little phrases in Thai, and I've been here. It's going to be 5 years in November. And You know, I don't know. I don't understand what they're saying, but they smile all the time. So if they are saying you are a son of a bitch and blah 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 blah, they're smiling, and I'm going okay, whatever. But they don't do that. They don't. They're too civilized. They freak out if I like lose my temper for a tenth of a second. You know, they don't understand. They want to know why, and it's a hard thing to control. It's probably the hardest thing for me to do here in Thailand is to keep my cool. Yeah, they are. You know, and good ones too, Andrew. I'm trying to get. I got to put a new battery in this thing. Do I have one? I think I do. And sorry, guys, this will drive me nuts. I do have little Sony rechargeables, trying to save the planet. And of course, there's none of them. Oh, they're in here. Okay. This one, I'll put this one in here. Take this one, and hopefully this one will work. And I'll be back. Hopefully not too many people. Much better. All right. So Andrew said, yeah, every time when they come here, any kind of group meeting, a wedding, a funeral, whatever it is, son gonna go become a monk, you know, whatever the thing, 2, 3, 4 of them, you know, and it is, it's hard for me because, first of all, I don't really know anybody, you know, everybody that I know, especially even here or back in the States, they're married already. And the ones here are already with somebody, but people that are out there watching and you're thinking life is over at, you know, 65, 70 years old, that you lost your significant other, which was the most devastating thing in my entire life, which I'll say again. And the hardest thing, it's going to be 5 years tomorrow, September 21st, she passed, 2018. And I you know, it isn't over. But 5 years ago, if you'd have told me that I'm going to be talking on YouTube and loving a woman and marrying a woman and building houses and buying vehicles and scooters and living life to the max, I'd have said, "No, you're full of shit. You know, go away." But this is living proof. It doesn't have to end. You don't have to lay on a couch, because that's what I would have done. I think I would have stayed up in the high Sierras. I had enough money to live there. Rode my scooter around, occasionally, but mainly depressed and laying on the couch and waiting to die. And you don't have to do that. You can come here. Hey, Logan, for more mouse batteries. It'll all go to my wife. And in case you didn't know, low battery. I was just talking. The battery's just complete garbage in this. And on the way back and I didn't say it in the last live stream, on the way back from Ubon 3 days ago, we got here at 5 o'clock. We went to Robinson's. My wife took me, and I got the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I don't know, like I said, I was talking about it earlier. I didn't see you. Maybe you heard it. Maybe you didn't. 49,000, 48,900, 49,000. I don't know how much that is. Jake is still here. He can punch it up. And then I bought the little plug-in, because all you get is the phone and the cord. Although they did show, I've been watching a couple of videos, it's not their usual, plastic. It's braided white, and it is USB-C, which is the biggest, I think, improvement that they made, on the iPhone. And I bought that. It was 900 baht, 700 baht, something like that. Only because it's only a 20-watt charger. And I will charge, and I've always charged this with the right chargers. I've never went crazy, and this battery's lasted almost 10 years. Anyway, she talked me into it, so I went up there and I bought it. But the biggest thing that the guy's saying that if I want the Apple plan, the Apple Plus, drop it, and you still got to pay a small fee, but they fix it and blah blah blah, is 8,000 baht, 200, and I think Jake said 12.99. Okay, there's the price. That so they want another $200, so it's going to be $1,500. It's more than I paid for this freaking laptop, which we had talked about before. But I know me. I didn't do it because I can do it when I go to pick it up. Um, I'll probably buy it. I don't want any kind of, if something happens that you know, I don't know. That's a lot of money to spend to drop it once and be done. $1,300 is still pre-sale in the States. Should get ours at the beginning. Oh, you already ordered it too. Oh, very cool. I got the blue one. It was the only one they had. Like I was talking earlier, I think I would have, if I had my choice, which I didn't, I would have gotten either the black one or the natural titanium. But he said they only had that. They did have it in 256, which it doesn't come in the 128 anymore. It comes only starting at 256, which my wife said is more than you'll ever need. This one's only 96 or something. My wife's little phone is 256, and she's passed and gone, and I've been using it for 5 years, and it's still only half of the 256 eaten up. So I got that, but they only had the blue. Last time the purple one that came out, that you couldn't get that one, and now it's just the opposite. I guess people don't like blue. Doesn't matter to me. But like I said, if I had my choice, it would have been black or it would have been the natural. So what kind did you guys get? Let me see. Hi, hey Jay, how you doing? Patrick, how are you? Flooding in Udon, really? I know that Chuck was just there. I think he just got back yesterday or something. He was there for 2 or 3 days. I've heard a bit of flooding up north. But wow, bummer. It's been raining. It didn't rain last night, and didn't rain much during the day yesterday, and today it looks like it's a little bit overcast. I know see, I'm deleting somebody or something. I almost Jake again. I think I got to move this phone. I'm gonna really piss somebody off. Okay, Logan's saying 1,300 with 1,000 turn in for my phone, so only 300. But then I had to pay 200 in tax, so it's really 500. That's still pretty good. Sounds like to me. They didn't want to give me anything for my 8, and my wife wanted it as a second phone because they just gave her a chip which she put into her iPhone for business, so that she didn't have to get calls from customers and stuff like that. But she didn't have a phone to put it in, so I'm going to give her the 8. So you got for me and the 256 for Jamie. Yeah, that's right. You have work and need more space. Cool. Yeah, so I guess you decided on the iPhone, and you ordered it. It sounds like before I did. When do you get it? They supposed to be the 22nd, and I'm not getting mine till the 29th, which is a week from this Friday. I'm gonna finish this so I can have a sip of my Coke Zero. I'm jonesing for that. Perfect. Thank you guys for putting up with that. So I'm looking forward to it because this one I've had for a long time, and like I said, I got no complaints. But after 8, 9 years or however long I've had it, I still haven't figured out how to use everything on it. And here I'm getting another one that I'm not going to know anything about, except that I know that the cameras are awesome. So it will probably prompt me to do more videos. The only thing, like I said, that I want to find out is about how to hook up my microphones. So we'll have to see. I know that they had a bunch of them for the phones, and I think I can buy another little transmitter type thing that'll plug into the bottom of it or something. But I'll figure something out. But I don't know. I know nothing about that phone. Now, how I don't even know how do you get headphones and stuff out of it. I don't think it has a little, the little whatever they're called, 3.8 whatever size plug. So I'm imagining it's going to have to be coming out of the like the lightning was. I could get my lightning to to something coming out like that. But so I'm imagining it's through there again. So I'll have to figure it out. It's not a big deal. I heard Joe's most all of his stuff that, like I said, I think he does on his 14 Pro Max, and the sound was fine. And I was really actually surprised at the sound. I thought he was using an external mic, but he wasn't. So we'll see. September 22 September estimated delivery. We get 30-day trade-in at full value, so I can get the new Google phone if I can't stand. When I got the 8, that was when I made my change from Android to Apple. My wife had been iPad, iPhone for 2 or 3, 4 years prior to that, and she said that I took me about a week to get used to it, and I still, the Apple stuff. I mean the Android stuff still is in my mind, and I can use it. But the Apple, I'm pretty much, it's like second nature now. So I don't think you'll have a problem with it. It's not anything. Hey, Ron, how you doing, brother? But I don't know. Like I said, what color did you get, Logan? We're on an Apple. Apple's probably happy, of course, with my. Although like I said, I didn't think we'd get to this many subscribers. So you guys are awesome, especially a lot of good comments from more people, and a lot of you guys are from Joe's or Chuck's channel anyway. But just I can't say enough about either one of them. Stand up people. So if you hear any rumors about what kind of man either one of them are, you're wrong. So let's see, what did I miss? Miss something. Mitch, huh? His dollar is your rent in John TN. I like your complex. That's what you rent. 15. That's reasonable, I think. I feel left out. Everyone's a monitor. You're not? I thought you were. I can handle that. Yeah, and I just seen. Let's see. There's not either. Most everybody on there is. Let me see. I could put put user in timeout. Is that what you want? I do that. Now, let's see. Okay, now try to say something again. You won't feel left out. Logan, I started to watch you, never a dull moment, but had to take the. Yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed, please do yourself a favor again. And kudos to you, Logan. I watched your video on the bed thing. Him and Jamie donated time and some sheets and stuff for this. You can donate if you go there and check out his video. The kids sleeping on the floor, or 8 of them in a bed, stuff like that. They're building bunk beds and supplying them with stuff. Good stuff, and good people, Logan and Jamie. So if you guys would subscribe to them, hey Andy, it would be a good thing for you to do. I'm behind on here. There he is. How you doing? God, I'm way behind. My Oppo, you issue my dual SIM. Using my. You didn't like that Oppo, huh? From the gate, I think. Hey Kenny, how you doing? And I'll say hi to Sam Pitt, but she's not usually there, so I'm told. Although you're getting closer and closer to the day, she might not have things to do, so she might sit and watch the old guy here ramble. I ordered natural. Jamie ordered black. And the two, that would have been my choices for sure. But we're saying hello. God, I'm way behind. How did I? Okay, I'm caught up. Love the countdown. Yeah, I'm gonna get going on it. I got a trip in my mind planned, so it'll be coming soon. She's listening. You guys are coming soon now, right? It's got to be awesome. I know mine. I made up my mind after my wife passed. I came for 2 weeks, came back, and I wasn't going to go back until in the beginning of November, and I wasn't going to go back until January 1st. Had rented a place and all that. In the 2 weeks I was there, sat at home, and as you guys know, it wasn't that I was freaking out about my wife, but I don't sleep well, and I was at home and I felt comfortable in my home. And did I think that she was hanging out around there? Yes, most definitely. But every time that I would doze off and wake up for a split second, I would think she's still alive, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's dead, and it drove me insane because I'd wake up 20 times a night. And 2 or 3 days later, I booked a ticket, packed up 2 suitcases and a backpack, and headed off and stayed in a service apartment in Kamala for almost 2 months before I started on January 1st, and I've been here ever since. And I can't see. Like I said, if I was Bobby, I'd be going crazy. He's sitting there. I couldn't just hang out, but he has to. He doesn't have a time. I'm talking about time to get going, Bobby and Jai. He's back there trying to. I know he's not selling his house, so that's not an issue. But he's got a bunch of stuff to get rid of, cars and stuff around there. So, anybody's still doing 150 shorts a day, so he must have time to do something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Barnes. No, new iPhone. I don't know. I like iPhone, and I don't know. Mitch probably does because I think James has the top of the line Galaxy, whatever. But I think they're still 1,100, $1,200. If somebody knows, let me know. I don't know. I like my iPhone. I think they're overpriced. When I'm looking at this MSI computer that I do my editing and 4K crap on, and it's an awesome deal, and I paid less for that than I'm going to pay for my new iPhone, something ain't right. So, but Apple's pretty much, I think they got the corner and everything. You got it as a backup. Okay. Yeah, I know you weren't really enthused with it. You weren't jumping around going, oh, this is the greatest thing in the world. I remember that much. When I fly one day and get to Thailand in February, where should I get the real Thailand experience? I would say either Pattaya, Jantiem, or Phuket. And if anybody else wants to jump in and give Rob some good ideas, but I would say definitely the area over there. There's a lot of people that are hanging out here, Mitch being one, and Daz, and James is there. There's a lot of people there to meet up with and hang up and give you some advice on where to go and what to do. That would be definitely on my those places. Well, Jantiem and Pattaya, pretty much the same place. I would stay in Bangkok if I landed. If you like that experience, a couple of days, people like it. I don't. But then I would head to either Phuket or Jantiem, and then the other. I think that would be. There's so many other places. Krabi, there's a lot of nice places. You're not going to have you're going to go and you're going to stay for like 2 weeks. I think you said 14 days. I think. And you're going to go, all of a sudden it's going to be the 14th day, and you're going to go, why am I flying home? How come I'm not staying? But you have stuff that you have to take care of too. And that's just the way it goes. But boy, I tell you, I went for my mom's deal and didn't want to celebrate. I was, mourning her, and I couldn't wait to get back home. It was good to see my cousin and spend time with him. Rich is, I enjoy his company. Oh, really? James is learning iPhone, although I don't know, but the Samsungs they're about the same price, right? 1,100-1,200 for their top of the line. So they're, Ba has the folding Samsung. Okay, I have seen those. I didn't know she had it. I leased my phone, 10 years plus age on the account. clothes ran out, kept it. Yeah, 14 days. You're gonna find out that's a good come and see Thailand time. 7 is way too short. But you're gonna when you're leaving, you're gonna be going. I don't really want to go. I can guarantee it. Yeah, there's a lot of great places, right? Uh, Still waiting on my passport. Did you get a rush or whatever? I can't remember. Mine I got real quick. When all the COVID crap was going on and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm glad I didn't. But now I've got one of those big, thick ones, and I'm ready to rock and roll, and I haven't went any place. Although the wife does want to go to Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam. We'll hit the close countries. There's some that could probably tell you about that. How you doing, Brian? I don't know if I met you before. Brian Phuket, we might know something about Phuket. Um, Somebody here has been asking about where to go, and I had said John TM, Pattaya, and Phuket, and Mitch went too because he came on that deal where he flew. And what did you have to stay 7 days, and you ended up spending almost 3 weeks. I was there for almost 8 months, and during the middle of everything, and still could have before and in the middle of it. I could have went everywhere. Or no, it wasn't. I was before. Um, I still could have seen more stuff there. One place more beautiful than the next. It was good. I've never been there. I want to go, and the daughter wants to go, and so does my wife. And they want to take. There's a train. A bunch of people I think had done videos on the train that went from Bangkok, slow moving. You could get a car that you could sleep in and shower in and whatever. And we were going to do that, and we still might. I still want to see it. I haven't been there yet. I want to see it. What's this nice place, Surin? I like Surin. I'm an ocean guy, man. And like I said, if I've got 100 things that I needed to check off for my end of days and not being dead, all the boxes are checked except for that one. So I got no real complaints. I got a Thai family that's awesome. My wife is awesome. My life's awesome. So but I do Jones for that view of that water, and getting to that water and swimming, because that was my biggest thing. In case anybody's new to the channel, when I went to Costa Rica and when I come here, Costa Rica and Thailand are just on the other side of the world. Their climates are exactly the same. They're about the same distance from the equator. They have a rainy season and a dry season, and their temperatures are almost exactly the same, and so is the humidity. And they put ice in their beer. That's the first time that I saw that in 2015. But my criteria was being able to swim in the ocean on Christmas and New Year's, and both places meet that. So we did to Chiang Mai. On that same train, Ron? Mitch had to play in the sandbox. I think he hit all the buttons for being south of Bangkok. Yeah, I don't know. We're building a house in Ubon too. I like Ubon actually, the same if not a little bit better than Surin, because it's in. Well, we're almost an hour. The family land's an hour outside. When you drive from Surin, I'm to Ubon in 2.5 hours or something, maybe 3. It's another hour to the family land, going past the what is it, the mall there, and chugging through. It's still about an hour and 10 minutes from there. And I know that Kenny's close to there, and I know I'm wrapping up some stuff. I got to go over the book, and I might spend some time this weekend actually refining some of those numbers, because it's pretty much coming to an end there with money that they're going to need to spend. The biggest money that's going to be coming up is the my patio and cover outside of our bedroom, and the 7.5 by 10.5 meter covered parking. That's going to be pretty much the gist and the end of any kind of big money. But like I said, I think it's going to be pretty close to 2 for everything, and about 1.7 for the basics, because I gave myself a break, because putting in a landing strip shouldn't be part of the build. Putting in a 50,000 baht well shouldn't be a part of the build. I kind of not backed them out, but backed them out from the build, but still in there so that everybody could see the price, because I know Kenny's quite interested in it. Let's see. When were you in Costa Rica? Yes, I sure did, Tommy. I was in the new airport was about Hermosa, was right to the right of Cocoa Beach, which is the major attraction there on that side, on the Pacific side. I really liked it. The biggest thing in 2015, if you could have got to Costa Rica, late 19, even 90s, you could have. It was really a bargain. You could have bought stuff cheap. The Canadians took a beating on their dollar and lost a lot of land and stuff, but you can buy land and own it in Costa Rica, and property or whatever. But the biggest thing is food. Is just like here. If you want to eat Fruit Loops and peanut butter and American food, that you want to buy, you're going to pay through the nose. If you're going to eat Costa Rican type style with beans and rice and bread and and their type meals, it's okay. Alcohol, same thing. It's expensive, like it is here, and the housing's a little bit cheaper here. But even back then, I had a 2-bedroom small. I want to call it a condo, but it was like an apartment, 2-story apartment building that they converted into condos type thing, and I paid $550 then, which I thought was just stupidly cheap, even back in 2015. And I was about, if I wasn't lazy, you could walk to the beach. It'd be a 5-minute walk, maybe a 10-minute, a minute and a half on the scooter. You were at the water. So it was, but the Crocodile Bridge, I went out that way. It was cool. I would definitely suggest, I don't know if I would suggest living there. I mean, you could, it's just a little bit more expensive, but it definitely a go see place. That's for sure. There's a lot of stuff to see there. Yeah, I dug it. What I liked about it on the Pacific side too, Lewis, was I'm a big, I love ahi. I love tuna, and I could get fresh tuna before they even froze it and whatever, and I eat it raw, and I could get it pretty much anytime I wanted. So that made it. The fishing was awesome. As you can get good fishing here, as you saw off of, we caught those sailfish and stuff. So, and I'm still gonna try to. If Baldy's still watching, he's probably not. But I still got to try to get that fishing trip together, because I know that Baldy wants to go. I think that Jim wants to go. I know I want to go. Tim will go. I don't know if James or anybody else or Chuck or anybody will go. But I think I'm going to try to set it up for November. I kind of owe them. We went out. We didn't pay. We just tipped everything, and they just for doing a couple of YouTube videos. They were gracious, and they're really, really good people. So. But I did enjoy. I spent 8 months in Costa Rica, and I had a ball. Let's see. I've been to a few armpits in my day. Calcutta took the prize though. What did I miss? I missed something. We're a bunch of bastards. Let's see. Well, I missed a lot of something, didn't I? What happens when I ramble, right? Yeah, God bless rambling. So let's see the gist of everything. Going to Koh Chang, the middle of October for 7 days. Have now decided and had procured the room for. I don't know if me and my wife are going to stay in the room and let the aunt and uncle, he's supervising the build in Ubon. My mother and father-in-law are going. The kids are going, so I might put them in in that 2-bedroom deal, and the kids will sleep in the living room. My mother-in-law and father-in-law will have a room. The aunt and uncle will have a room that has a kitchen there, and we might just take the room that I just got. Thank God, I just barely got it. So because I wanted it, they'll never experience anything like this in their life. It costs me, well, it's going to cost more, but it cost me 10,000 baht for the room for 7 days, 30,000 baht for the thing, but I would have spent that anyway. So only an extra 10,000. The only thing is, instead of them trying to get a bus down to, what is it, Turat, and then over to Koh Chang, and they're going to come on the 12th. I think we're going on the 13th. They're going to come on the 12th. Their son, who was the mechanic, the scooter mechanic that did the wave for me and stayed at the house last time when we all went to Koh Chang. And they'll all three come. My wife will drive the electric hot rod with the aunt and the uncle and her mom and dad, whatever, and the kids and everything between my truck and the electric hot rod, and we'll just drive over there and stay. And they're, I'm glad that they accepted. I thought maybe they would feel weird because they'll never ever be able to. But I know my mother and father-in-law still talk about it and talk to their friends about it, because he got to throw his net and catch fish, and Toby ran amok, and and my mother-in-law, like I said before, every day there, the whatever they caught in the sea, they come walking through the complex there with the ice chest, and she bought crab and whatever they had in there. She got to buy fresh and cook, and she was in heaven. So that's the plan for October. And then I was hoping to get, I don't know, I got to see. I'm still trying to get my one knee done as I procrastinate on that. I was planning on doing that in November, but if I set up the fishing trip, I don't know. I got to see. And no, sorry, in the Peninsula 91. Yeah, and I'm sure that you dug it, right? Because I don't know. I don't see what's not to like about Costa Rica. Costa Rica was, and that reminded me of the people here as far as their family and their side of stuff. Like they had Tico time, that they called it, because if you got some guy to, can you come over and do my tile? Oh yeah, sure. I'll be there tomorrow at 9 a.m. They might not show up for 2 or 3 days. The thing that people never checked into or never realized or didn't think about, they just wanted to bitch about that they didn't get their tile put in for almost nothing, and they had to wait 2 days, and they're retired. So they were idiots anyway. But if you've checked into it, their great grandmother needed somebody to take them to here, to there, and then they had a birthday celebration and coming back. They had a family thing, 90% of the time. Were there some, but yeah, they're all over, that are going to tell you not come. But their attitude towards their family and everything reminds me of Thailand. So I enjoyed my time in Costa Rica. I must have missed something. I don't know. I don't know what I missed, but I'll have to go back and look at the comments. Ever heard the princess? Yeah, and I haven't been there since 2015, so I don't know. But in 2015, they were creeping. But like I said, to get 2015 to get a place, within walking distance to the water for 550, a 2-bedroom, it was okay. I'm sure that they're probably out of sight now. That's why, people ask me, well, I had one guy in particular in the comments asked me why I chose Thailand over the Philippines. And I said, well, because I've never been to the Philippines, and I said, I can't help you. I said, talk to James, and if you're watching, talk to Alex too, Alex Bam Bam. He spent time in the Philippines too, and now lives in Thailand, as did James, and James just went. So, and he said that he would try to get a hold of him, and it's hard, sometimes James has time to answer people, sometimes he doesn't. But if you catch him in a live stream, or if you catch Alex in a live stream, they'll answer for you. but I couldn't answer the question. I do want to get to the Philippines, and maybe when I get to the Philippines, I'm going, yeah, this would have been a good choice. But I'm more than happy with my choice that I made. My dollar goes this far, and I like that. And I can do the things that I want to do with the money that I have. I can do what I want. I can give what I want. If I was in Costa Rica, I'm sure that it's way up there now. But like I said, their alcohol and everything was expensive also, which I think it is here too. But I think it was when I used to go, there was two guys there that were alcoholics, but they used to line up outside of the Z Lounge, which is the biggest bar in Cocoa Beach, and pretty much. And they opened at 11, and they would line up at the door, all Farang, all foreigners, at 11, at waiting at 10:30, waiting to get in because their happy hour ran from 11 to 7 o'clock at night, and they could get beer. They would drink beer. Their margaritas were excellent. They were $2. I want to say $2.25 for a beer, and the same price for the mixed drink. So I would get those, and I had to have two of them, and then of course I would stop, and they were great guys. They're both passed away now. Bummer. One just passed. One was a younger guy, but he had real problems with his body, and he passed a couple of years ago, 3 years ago. Really good guys, but they started busting my stones about drinking, and I'm going, I think you guys are nice guys, and I really enjoy your company, but if you're going to bust my stones about this, I just won't talk to you anymore. And no. I said, you guys don't want to see me intoxicated. It's not a pretty sight. And they said, okay, we won't. And they were nice guys, and they stopped. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Dave, I heard the price has gone way up. I saw that. Logan, what? And those soldiers don't get recognized. Don't get me started on that, but you can if you want. Had a friend that retired to Costa Rica and got priced out after 5 years. Really? Yeah, the only thing that was good about Costa Rica, if you had the money back there, especially in 2015, they were still on the rise, but you could still get a good dollar for your house, and you can buy a place there. If you rented, yeah, you could get priced out. No doubt. Until I retire. I must have missed something. I'll have to go back and look at that. Perry, how you doing? When will you go on the next motorbike trip so that the video were really great? I'm hoping as soon as possible. I know that T and I'm sure Mitch would probably go. I know I would go. I'd go anytime. It'd probably be better to wait till the dry season, which is coming up pretty much, is November, pretty much the middle of October. I think is what my wife said. I'm ready anytime. I'd like to do it, and it doesn't have to be a 10-day trip either. It could be I think 4 or 5 days would be fine, and I'd start over in Pattaya area and go out of there. But I just got to, we just got to get it together. I had an absolute ball. I know Mitch had a great time. I'm game. So, and I know T is always ready to go. Mexico is very expensive unless you're Mexican. Yeah, that could be true. I don't know. I haven't been to Mexico in a long time. I've never mentioned this publicly, but was during '88 when the Italian team crashed. Wow. Depending on the day and civilians. Man, I must have lost what it is. It's stuff that comes in from the news, and I don't watch the news. So unless they put it on Facebook or something, I miss, or I talk to a friend, which after this I'll be calling my friend in Northern California. If they don't say anything to me, I don't watch the TV. I don't watch news anymore. But I'm imagining that's what happened. I haven't heard anything. I'll have to go back and look, see what you guys. Most foreigners are charged more than it's still very cheap. And just so people don't just try to crucify, and which I don't care. if I go someplace and they charge my wife to get in 10 baht and they charge me 100 baht, I don't really give a crap. They could do whatever they want. It's their country. If I don't want to go and I don't want to pay it, I just don't go. Do I bitch about it? No. Why? Costa Rica was the same way. If I went into a store and I bought, I could go in there and buy 10 items, right? Come up and cash out. I could send a Costa Rican friend in there to buy the same 10 items, and they'd pay way less than me. And they were very poor people. They would live, when they would come there to work, they would come up from all over Costa Rica to Cocoa Beach and get work in the bars and work wherever, on the boats and whatever it would be. And then 8, 10, 12, 15 of them would stay in a 1 or 2 bedroom, whatever they could get. And their main staple was beans, rice, and bread. That's it. That's all they could afford to eat. Some of the places they actually had places on their property or off their property where they could house the people that would come and work for them. So that helped them a little bit, but they didn't have any money. But as far as the pay and difference between, I don't know. It was in Costa Rica. Is it here? I don't know on the food prices. I think sometimes if I was walking around, I'd probably pay more than maybe a Thai person would. But again, I don't care if I paid 15 baht and they paid 10. I don't know. Just me again. Just can't wait and chat one day. Yeah, and what it's pretty close to the it's going to break the 4-year mark. We'll have to have Logan put that in the chat again, but it was pretty good. It was pretty close last time I asked him on his live stream. 4 years and a couple of days. It might be under 4 years now. Living here in Surin reminds me of northern Mexico before the cartels went in. Yeah, no one wants to go. Like I said before, with Mexico. The last time that I went to Mexico was with this one right before we got the diagnosis of the leukemia. It was a 10-day trip to a 5-star hotel in Karma. What is it? Carmen, whatever. You guys will. The right next to it was the other one that. Anyway, Del Karma, whatever. It was awesome. But we stayed on. It was a big giant resort. We stayed there most of the time. We did come out once and went to an island, rented a scooter. She was a good sport. She had a bad back, and cruised around and had a good time there on the island. Most of the time when you see these 16, 18-year-old kids with M16s and stuff, they're there to protect you, not to intimidate you, not to. They don't want the papers to read, 5 great tourists were here and all got their heads cut off, and they found them here and there, and they don't. Their main thing is whatever anybody brings into that country is all on tourism, So if they can keep it down, they can. Now, granted, sometimes they can't. My cousin was an insane man, the one that I stayed with. He loves to fish. He was a professional bass fisherman, and he had a 25-foot fly bridge. I forget the name of it. It's one of those good ones. He pulled the thing right down through Baja 2 or 3 times, middle of nowhere, all the way down to Cabo. And I kept on telling him, they're just not going to find you one time. And he got screwed with all the time. And, and he didn't want to pay money. So, I mean, he's a lunatic. Hopefully he doesn't do it anymore because he's 6 months younger than me. And, but he used to go down there all the time to do that kind of crap. I thought he was insane. But a lot of people didn't go, have stopped going to Mexico, which is kind of a shame. Maybe it'd be good for some of the tourists that want to go down there because like I said, when I first started going to Cabo, and I said this before, we stayed at the Finistero, which was the biggest hotel there, which is now the oldest and probably the smallest hotel in Cabo San Lucas. And you go out and you'd sink the boat full of Dorado back then. Whatever you wanted to catch, you could catch, and bring it in. But the tacos were 10 for $1, 10 cents each. Last time I was in Cabo, it was $1 a piece. I paid less at Taco Bell, although they were better at Cabo. But that's what way it was headed. So maybe it's cheaper. I don't know. It's been years since I've been to Cabo. If Lewis is still here, he might know. But it was getting pricey, But we only went there for vacation. See, vacation, at least in my generation and my friends, when we went on vacation, we had a big giant chunk of money, and that was to spend on the vacation. That was the tip, to make sure that they would puke on the money that you tipped them, and they poured your drink strong, and you had a great time. That was the way the vacation went, because we're only there for 7 days or whatever, So it's a different story when you're going someplace to live, and Thailand's one of them. Let's see. My phone rang, Dave. What's the knee update? And when's the next camping trip? Yeah, the knee update is I'm still hoping to get it done in November. The camping deal is I've got a place probably next week. I might do a 3-day deal. It's about an hour from here, and I need to do it. I've been promising on Trailer Trash Thailand channel that I would get them out. Yeah, Cancun. That was the one. It was Cancun, but it was Del Karma or whatever right next to it. And this was 2000, the end of 2017, maybe the first February of 2018. Might be. She died in 2018 was a shitty year for me. I lost all 3 of my little wiener dogs and my wife. It was not a good year. But yeah, that's tomorrow. So that'll be a bummer. I'll wake up, I'll do my morning and go on her Facebook page and say, I can't believe it's been over 5 years, and get over it and move on. It's easier said than done. Let me tell you. I haven't put the effort into the notion. Did you answer the how long until you're retired? There it is. Okay, I missed it. 4 years and 29 days. Can't say, and you can start growing your beard. Cool. Let's see. You have put the effort into the no shape profile. It's don't tell the aircraft type. I want to exercise my brain. I remember the images. All right, so don't tell them. When ashore in El Salvador, armed guards on every corner. Still had a good time. Yeah, like I said, they don't. No one wants you to come to their country and die. They want you to come and then come back again and spend more money, and come back again and spend more money. They don't want somebody to say, "Oh, we were going to come to your country, but we're going to go to old Billy Bob's country over here because they're not killing as many, tourists." They don't want that, and they don't want it. I don't understand Thailand in some aspects of why they don't give a 90-day on arrival. I guess some people had said because there'll be 9 million backpackers. So what? I don't know. The people on the street need 10 baht food bought from them too. I don't know. But I think they're a little behind on that aspect of it, and I think they're asking a little too much. I know that there's a bunch of people that can't meet the can't meet the requirements. Maybe they're only getting, and I'm talking about US because I don't know that much about other UK and Australia and all that, but they're only getting maybe 1,500 from Social Security. Well, that's not enough to meet what they need on their income, and they don't have 800,000 baht. So they're losing that because they're going to spend that 18 or that 1,500 in your country, So it doesn't make sense to me. If it makes sense to somebody, throw it in there. I'd listen to anybody. Grace, I'm recalling visibility blind spots on the aircraft. I worked for Krueg, and we had a coffee tour in the farms Central and South America. My coworker said I had culture shock. We put on the back of a truck with armed guards. Yeah, trying to get This one was going to come to Thailand. We were going to come and check out Thailand. I think I had her talked into 3 months, and checking it out. Her sister married a guy from India and married another guy from India. They have a liquor store in Simi Valley. But and she told him about they squat and they pee in the streets and there's cows running around. My wife thought that every country, Costa Rica being one of them. I tried while I was there, tried to get her to come there. She never came there. Finally had her talked in. I'm going, they're all dirt streets. They're all, everything's run amok. That's what she thought about third world countries, which I don't know if I consider Thailand a third world country anymore. They got better internet structure than we have in the U.S. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Morning to you. But anyway, I'm rambling, right? It's been an hour and 20 minutes. Wow. Hey, Jess, what's up? Thanks for coming by. My dad was a tail gunner in the B-29 during the Korean conflict. Yeah, my stepdad was he was like underwater demolition in the Navy. Weird shit. Perfect job for him. Killing people. But yeah, so I don't know. They don't want you. I just don't quite understand some of the stuff in Thailand. See, in Costa Rica, the first guys that I watched that's why I really like motor vlogging and driving around town and whatever, because before I went to Costa Rica, when I got into Cocoa Beach, I knew exactly where I was going. I'd already had a scooter bought. I got the scooter and I knew where I was and a left and a right and over here from watching YouTube videos. And there was two gay guys on there. One was a Costa Rican guy and one was an American. And he had been there and I watched his site because they were very knowledgeable on Costa Rica. They showed the currency, they showed cost of living, they showed all these, they had a bunch of videos. They're doing quite well I haven't checked on them in a long time, but he had been there 7 years doing border runs. He would get 90 days on arrival in Costa Rica. So then it was a short over to Nicaragua. In fact, the airport that they built there in Costa Rica, the new airport was right next to the one that I guess Ollie North used to come in there and land. Nicaragua was real close. I bought my cigarettes from, I had guys that would go over there. I think it was a half hour to the border from there. They had boats that were running border runs and stuff, and it was easy. He'd been doing it for 7 years. 7 years. And I thought it was amazing, which is what I did, because my plan was any place that I was going to go, even with my wife, was 3 months, there, then back to the States for maybe 3 months, and then back to, and we were going to do the motorhome thing with this one. And that kind of went to crap, didn't it? And, it was interesting that he had done that for 7 years, every 3 months. But when you think about it, it's only a day and it's every 90 days. It isn't really that big a deal. And you go to Nicaragua, you spend the night. The beer's cheaper in Nicaragua. The cigarettes are cheaper in Nicaragua. Spend the night, drink some beer on the beach, and then come back. Nicaragua wasn't a bad place, although I never met it. I never went over there and checked it out. All right, let's see. What did I do? Dreamed about snakes for the rest of his life. Yeah. I'm not a big man. Snakes and bugs, I don't dig. Drop bombs on Germany. I had one of the pins that activated the bombs. That had to be a weird deal. It had for your mind, you could get brainwashed through the government, but still, you don't know. And I guess if you don't know, you don't ask, you don't know, what you bombed. But I would think that would screw with you in the mind a little bit. As in killing anybody would, right? But like I said, that was my biggest bitch about the government. And I heard that they're doing a lot more now. I'll do my short rant on what the we don't give our military is. They take into extensive deal. They drill into your head that it's okay to kill. They desensitize you to kill, and then and they do that for months. And then when you're ready to get discharged, and now they're okay, bye, and they put you back on the streets, and the only job you can get is McDonald's, and they wonder why people were blowing their brains out. But I heard that I think it was Logan that had told me one time that they're actually doing something about that, which is awesome. Is that to the SEALs? Yeah, that's what I thought it was. He was a badass. He was a pretty tough character, man. The guy was he was a boxer too, and he was really good. And he hit like a freaking mule, man. And he was just good. It was a perfect job for him. It was perfect. Picked up the first astronauts, really leaving Earth in orbit. He had actual footage of the capsule splashing down. That's awesome. In Pattaya, I once met a Navy SEAL, Roger Green Beret, sniper, French Foreign Legion. Or is they all the same guy, really? It's amazing how many people are all of a sudden special forces. Right? Bombs, very indiscriminating back. Yeah, bombers. Tough deal, man. Tough deal. I think. I don't know. I was never put in that situation, so I wouldn't know. But it just seemed that would be a little tough to me. My great grandfather was a Medal of Honor recipient, USMC, but I won't say when or where, as it will dox me and still have. Yeah, they are. They're still out there. You know what it is? They don't change. They're still assholes. It's amazing, but good for your great grandfather. Thumbs up. We don't do enough for any of our retired military. And like I say, what really pisses me off, and I don't want to say anything bad about bordering countries in the United States, but they can just run across and get whatever they want. Medical, go to college, go here, go there. And guys in the military and retired or working, had to come back and get spit on and had to work in McDonald's or kill themselves. It was like, it's ridiculous. And they're doing it to this day. But I heard, like I said, I don't know who it was. Maybe it wasn't Logan, but somebody had told me that they now will, for all they're finding that there might have been some, problems with the brain after going in and, experience live fire and, and crap. And maybe we need to, ease them out and help them, which I hope is the case, but I can't remember who told me. Hopefully. Let's see. Ron saying, Mitch, I came out 4 years at the academy as an ensign, active reserve, discharged as a lieutenant. 6 years later, missed Vietnam. Yeah, you missed Vietnam. How old are you, Ron? Of course, being a lieutenant in Vietnam wasn't the best thing in the world. Let's see. My great. Okay, got that one. Bum gums don't work on the. I agree with that one, Ron. Curious, since I see that most of you in the military, who was involved in the Desert Storm operations? Logan, was that your era? I want to say yes, but I don't know. I don't want to put an age tag on Logan. If you guys aren't subscribed to their channel, you need to do it. Good people, good, wholesome, stand-up people. And they're having fun, and they're trying to do their YouTube, and they're having fun doing that, because I can tell. And they're giving back to the community and helping out when they can, and that's what counts. They're good people. So subscribe if you can. Right here, Going Grace. I'm sure someone will drop the link. In 74. The ship I worked on. Perry, the ship I worked on took fresh water to Desert Storm. So Ron, I mean 47. You're 47? Is that, or you're 74? You're dyslexic. Oh man. We do have fun here, I must admit, or I do anyway. You guys hang out for a long time, so you must have a little bit of fun. Thanks, Jake. You're the man. Just good people. They just busted 1,000, and they need watch hours, and they're trying to do live streams once a week. I think on Friday nights or something like that, Saturday nights. Give them a little, show them a little love, and you'll watch them. And both of them there. Jamie, who I'm sure sometimes she's sitting next to him, hitting him in the arm or something. But good people. So let's see. Was in Kuwait and Iraq for the review. Well, thanks for your service for sure. For sure. Going Grays was in Desert Storm throwing cakes and cookies around. I was not involved in Desert Storm, but had a chemical soldier was put on notice, but I did not go. Yeah, lucky. Good. I don't know, man. So many wars that we didn't fight to win. I don't understand stuff. I guess that's probably why I'm not president, right? But so thanks everybody out there for your service. You guys are top notch. Some people take it for granted. They don't give enough. Like I said, with this afterward, I don't think anybody that has served, especially like Logan, that put their life into the service, they should never have to want for anything once they get done. Everything should be taken care of. Granted, I'm sure they're going to have a decent retirement, but it should be way better than it is. And I don't understand it, nor will I ever, I'm sure. But anybody that put the time in should be getting something back instead of us throwing money away to people that maybe should not get it. I don't know. I was in elementary school during Desert Storm. Okay. That wasn't me. That was Jake, I think. I don't even know the years, man. I couldn't even tell you the years. But you're saying the 90s, which sounds about right, right? 90s. I don't even know. Such a blur. The 80s and the 90s were not good to me. Actually, the early 90s. And pretty much all the late 70s and maybe 3/4 of the way. I don't know. The 80s were fun, but boy, it wasn't good. Oh, he's saying dessert versus desert. Okay, I see. The car carrier I worked on. You know what? That was really weird too. I had a friend and brought back military equipment, and the reason that I'm saying this to you, Ron, right now, we both did the dark room deal. Was really into photography and stuff, and we were talking about that era, in 69 through 72 or something. And he worked for Sears for years due to the fact what he did in the military. And what he did in the military was on aircraft carriers, he would push billion-dollar aircrafts off the back of the aircraft carriers. And that's what he did for Sears. he would take their lawnmowers and beat them with hammers and throw them in the trash for taxes and everything else and whatever. But that's what his job was in the service, was to get rid of $1 million stuff for the government. I don't know if I was ever supposed to tell that, but it's too late now. But yeah, he said God knows how many billions of dollars he threw into the ocean. Let's see. Jake currently in Desert Storms. Jamie and I birthday this next 7 days. Jamie and what? B day this week. Jamie's? Okay, I missed something. Give it to me again. What was if you come to please drop by home, we'll treat you as a king. Cool. Yeah, I don't you know, Logan's ready to get treated like a king. It's just certain things kind of flick my switch. One of them happens to be our I don't know. Plenty of red wine in stock, fresh rabbit and meat in his little farm. Wow. Sounds perfect to me. Let me sip this here. Today kind of flew by. Already over an hour and a half. Yeah, exactly. And that's how, it was weird because of what you did that you got this job of destroying stuff for Sears and Roebuck and throw perfectly good lawnmowers, perfectly good equipment, with holes in the side of their crankcases and shit thrown in the bin. Amazing. They've already get treated like a king. Jamie's watching. You do? Let's see. Oh, really? Very cool. Udon. T&W, Tim is there. That's the one that I went on. If you ever get a chance to watch the sailfish deal, we went together. I drove to Udon, and then we flew over to Phuket, and Tim's there. I like that. Yeah, if I ever get out that way, I for sure will. I'll give you a shout for sure. If you're ever this way, stop by and we'll barbecue something on the roof and swim in the small plunge pool. Andrew's been here. Haven't had rabbit since my army days. Rabbit's good. Nothing wrong with rabbit. First time I knew that rabbit was here, I didn't realize it was because I had to show my wife when we were younger. The old man was worked for Street Tree, and he was a bigwig with the city in L.A. and got caught drinking and just about ruined his life. He ended up going from losing his retirement and going from being the top bigwig there to working in 7-Eleven and the night shift. Then he started his own gardening. He turned out okay. My brother loves him to death. But let's see, what point was I going to make? God, I got on a ram. What were we talking about? Somebody remind me. Oh, rabbit, squirrels. He when I was a kid, I didn't know what weekends were. I got drugged out at sun up and didn't come back till sundown, dragging brush and chainsaw at 12 years old. And we didn't even have a chipper for a long time. And up in the back of a truck with a chainsaw sharpened between my legs and stomping down brush. But anyway, we would run across these little squirrels. They were gray squirrels. And I had two of them, and I was telling her about a lady that had one, and I had to show her a picture of a squirrel. And then she did say a name. So I'm imagining they have squirrels here also. But the two that I had was George and Gracie, and they used to sit on my shoulders and watch George and Gracie on the TV when I was a kid. But the one lady that I was talking about fed the thing chocolates. Thing was this big around. It could barely walk, and she had it would walk on a leash, and she took it around. Needless to say, it didn't live very long, but it had a happy life. He loved that chocolate. Not from Iran. Not from Iran, John. Get the photos. It's not photos. Okay. Welcome. Plenty of fish in my small pond. Very cool. I'm imagining you're got a significant other Thai lady, or I'm imagining. Doesn't have to be. And you never have to answer any questions on this channel. I always ask because I'm curious, but you never have to answer. 5 hours. Are you 5 hours from there? Once we got that chipper, squirrels didn't. Yeah, no shit. And they probably did go through a few times. But we would cut down. He got a bunch of jobs in the valley, like here. You guys see the eucalyptus trees that they put in breaks in the rice fields and some of that stuff. In the San Fernando Valley, they were that you got to remember the San Fernando Valley was all orange groves, and it had the breaks in there because of the frost, and they had the fans that would blow it off to keep the fruit from freezing. Well, as they started to build, and land became more and more and more valuable, we went in and took down all these huge eucalyptus. He made a bunch of money taking them down. Plus, we had a place to lay them out for firewood. I don't know if anybody's had a big roaring fire in your fireplace with eucalyptus. The whole house just smells. If you like eucalyptus, the whole house smells awesome. Let's see. Do you have a Sizzler? Yeah, that was one that somebody said the rats were running out of. I like Sizzler. I don't care if rats running in and out. Rats are everywhere. I've worked in a bunch of restaurants, and if you didn't have cockroaches and rats, did they maintain them and kill them and get rid of them? Yeah, but they're always around. I don't know. I mean, a clean place, probably Gordon Ramsay's place, probably they probably kill them every day, so you don't have to see them. But I like Sizzler. We don't have one, of course. We have nothing here in Soren. We have KFC and pizza, whatever it is. And we have rats, if you guys want to eat rat. Mitch knows what rat tastes like. My wife wraps fruit soon to ripen to keep the squirrels away. Got white squirrels next door that work. Really? Huh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I imagine they were here because my wife, as soon as I showed her a picture, she said a word, which I can't remember, but it obviously was a squirrel. I wish we had one. We just don't. They didn't when they built our Robinsons. They didn't get quite elaborate as they have in some. Uh, Dave, this wasn't a normal rat we saw. It was Ratzilla. When you see these rats from out here in the rice fields, they're a small dog. I mean, they're big. And that's the one they eat. The ones you want to eat are the ones here. The ones in New York City and and stuff you don't want to. But they caught 3 here while they were building. The cousin that built the wall, the one that works here, and done a lot of the stuff. He's eaten 3 of them out here from out just on my little area, and we're in kind of a residential neighborhood compared to out in the rice fields. Yeah, it's not bad. There's nothing the matter with it. Yeah, tasty, right? Nothing wrong with them. They'll eat anything here. They eat my wife when she eats the bugs. I got to try the bugs. Mitch has been talking to me about bugs for 5 years or whatever, 3 years, 4 years. And the crickets, I think, is the way that I'm going to start because he said that they're kind of crunchy, like just eating little snacks. So I'm going to try those. Let's see. We eat those patty rats here too. Some people raise them as well. Better eating than they look. Yeah, exactly. I agree. My wife's aunt gave me rat curry. It was pretty good. No one told me what it was until a few months later. Let's see. Perry's going to give us some information. Thank you, Perry. Never obligated, brother. Never obligated. I'm 62 years old and came to Thailand at the age of 19. Wow. Lived here with a Thai family, left in 85, came back in 04 to resettle now, moved the allowance to the USA. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, I'm going to get food now. Wow. Yeah, sure. Ah, very good. Habon cup and bamboo. Yeah, very good. Every time we go to Ubon, my aunt loads up whatever vehicle we're in with bamboo shoots this big, and my mother-in-law does something to it. My wife said that there's a way that they put them in salt water, and then she jars them, does something with them or whatever, and the stuff will last for 10 years or something. I don't know. If you guys haven't tried bamboo, pretty good as a vegetable. My brother-in-law hunts up some every time I come, and he barbecues them. Cool. Yeah, there's nothing the matter with them. I've seen rats on the floor doing work in Seattle. Yeah, they are. They are there, aren't they? Um, let's see. Everybody saying hello, hello. Raises rats. I'll share the pics one day. Cool. The rats we saw at Sizzler was a garbage can rat. Yeah, not the ones you want. And like I said, they're going to be around, you know. So they try to keep them knocked down. They don't want them there, you know. It's just that if they, you know, if some of the people, they say, well, we're going to charge you 200,000 baht to a month to keep your rats down. Well, they're going to figure out another way. Now that's the ones that my wife gets, and that's the one that she splits with the koi. The koi absolutely adore them, and she gets them frozen. Or no, are they frozen? No, she gets them, then she breaks them into little bags and then freezes them. Which we were just talking about that last night because she was feeding the koi last night, and they were hungry. And I said they're mad at you because you haven't brought the bugs lately. It's been probably 2 or 3 months. It's talking about rats and Dave's food shows. Yeah, I know. Who knows? It could be anything, Logan. Never know, but it's always good. And my mother-in-law knows to use the low sodium soy sauce and hardly any fish sauce and anything with salt to keep it away. So she's pretty good. A lot of rats and snakes in Pattaya and Rayon. I haven't, we have a few here. They're just all small. I haven't seen any cobras here, so don't know. Very king. My ex is from Laos. Very nice people. My my mother-in-law taught me one word in Lao, and it's and I should have got her. She would have laughed if she heard me say it. She was born or in Thai. She's a Thai lady, but right on the Lao border. She speaks Lao, and my father-in-law was born on the Cambodian border. And talk about getting screwed up and trying to think that you could actually learn something. And then somebody says, that doesn't even sound familiar to me. And somebody will go because he's speaking Cambodian. Okay, great. Great saltwater solutions of brine. So they basically pickling the bamboo. Yeah, pretty much. He wants in bad. You hear him? Hold on, give me a second. All right. You gonna be good? You gonna be good? Don't go near my food. I'll kill you. All right. What? All right. Want people to see you? Where are you? There you are. You're a good boy. And Maui's not here, but Maui, I'm wearing your shirt if you end up watching this. I'm wearing Maui's shirt. Okay, where am I at? Sintrip's here. Am I saying that right? Serintrip. Serintrip. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're well. Good to see you. I saw it coming delivery truck. I don't know. I like it. I took my mother and father to the one in Ubon, and they ordered up all sorts of expensive stuff and didn't know how to eat it. My wife was going, they don't know how to eat it. They don't know what to do. They don't. So they won't be going there anymore. I do enjoy it. I like the salad bar. Not so much on their steaks or anything. I mean, I'll get one just so I can get a salad bar. The only thing they don't have is garbanzo beans. I like that. Everybody's saying hello. The bear, he's big boy. He's going to be even bigger. Dave, do you have an email for contact? Yeah, and on my page, it's in the about, but it's pretty easy. It's Koi Doctor, KOIDR, the numeral one, at gmail.com. But it's there. By all means, email me up. I'm glad that you're doing good. 108 minutes, and we'll finally get to see it. Yeah, I know. Huh. It's he's a good boy, man. He's just a puppy, you know. Thanks, Logan. Treats for the dog. I'll have to tell my wife. She'll let us get him treats anyway. She does everything. Like I said, she controls that. She's the one as far as, like I said, when they were digging the pond and the pool, one of the uh, gals was actually there helping her boyfriend or doing something. And her oldest son needed soccer shoes, and he didn't have any, and so she, I forget what it was, whatever, 600, 800, 1,000 baht, whatever it was. They went and they got them. So she does for whatever. It could be a 90-year-old lady on the corner and does it, but it all goes for the good of Thailand. That's it right there. Jake's got it. Easy one. You did it twice. Just for him. And I said hi. Roger that. Thanks, Jake. But yeah, email me and let me know. Did I not center myself? That's good enough. But like I said, she's got a smile from ear to ear, and it isn't like there's an abundance of money that comes, but just these little $2 deals and stuff like that. Every couple of months, she meets the $100, and AdSense sends her the money into her account, and then she saves it. And every time I'll ask her how much is in there and what do you want to do, and we go and we do it, whether it be a TV or tables or whatever, ice cream for the kids. That was awesome, man. That celebration. I'm looking forward to next year to spend 6,000 baht to get 3,000 baht worth of the cakes and twice as much ice cream. And they're looking forward to it. Before then, they're all a couple of people had commented in there. The guy on the loudspeaker keeps on saying that the farang has arrived. The farang has arrived. So they all know me. He said you're well known in the community, but they're all waiting for the house blessing party. It'll be probably similar to the wedding that we had. We'll have entertainment there. Maybe some people could make it that couldn't before. Mitch was sick. He was going to come. Chuck came, and Sintrip came, and Paige, of course. And maybe some people could make it from here. Everybody will be invited. And we'll see. Later, Dave and Scott. You leaving, Ron? Did I miss something? All right, brother. But it's going to be they can't wait for that, because we'll probably cook pizza. We'll probably have a barbecue set up, and then all the Thai food, of course. Then I'll probably spend, although I don't really like to, but I did then. I bought the liquor and supplied it at the house blessing and wedding thing. But you know why I don't is because I don't want to associate. Oh, it was great that we had a great housewarming on this date. That was the same day. You'll remember that Billy Bob and Billy Joe and Billy they got drunk and crashed their car and they're all dead. I don't want that. So I'm hoping that everybody's going to be from real close and can either walk, and maybe I'll do something like have some sober people there with a truck and trailer so you can load them in and just get in the trailer. We'll take you home, and we'll come and get you tomorrow and bring you back. You can get your scooter or whatever. We'll see what happens, but it's going to be a fun time. Bye, my friends. There you go. So you are leaving. Let's see. Very soon. I have an African twin. Very cool. And like her. See, yeah, I almost got it out yesterday. Wonder if I should come down with the CT to Srin. I was going to take the CT to chucking pages. I wanted to do it because I want to get that first service done, and I might still. It might not be. They're going to be gone for a while now. I think they're blowing out fairly quick on their 10, 12, 15-day cruise, which is awesome. But yeah, the African Twin is it's a hell of a bike. I took mine the longest. I love my Forza, man, and I'm still debating on whether to get the Harley. Now I'm kind of leaning the other way, going, you know what? You're gonna ride it. You're gonna be excited, and you're gonna ride it, and then not ride it, and it's gonna sit and sit. And so I don't know what I'm gonna do. If one comes across at the right price, I'm probably still gonna buy it. But I took the Forza over yesterday and had it cleaned, and they do such a good job. 150 baht. And I ended up giving them 60 baht as a tip. But they did my truck, and they did the Forza, and I just dig it, man. That twist and go, old bastard. I'm lazy as hell, and it's a easy riding, good riding deal, and it's got enough that I feel secure cruising at 100, 110, and still having enough out of that 350 to get out of its own way, and I'm totally content with it. So for traveling anyway, I still have the Himalaya that I've got to get to work on. I did do a couple of modifications on that. I'm almost done. I still got to add to the CT. I still got to add the USB because, like I said, man, that I'm going to do that Apple. I might do it today. It is that Apple CarPlay or whatever, the Android car, whatever it is that I got that I did that video on. I did take a short run down to that 361 to find out where it was, 10 kilometers away. Broad, it's got a little hat on the top of its shade, deal over the top. And on its brightness, I've got it right here, sitting on right off of my mirror, because it looks like a spaceship now. And just looking at it, I can bring it full screen with the Google, and bright as hell. Before, I'd have to sit there looking at my phone. I'd be down trying to see it because the sun was in the way. That's another thing. On the 15, the brightness is supposed to be 2 times what it is on the 14. Not that I'm going to strap it to the handlebars. But what I liked about it, and I don't know how many bikes you have, Perry, is it takes a USB cord, or it could be hardwired. And all I've got to do is I've got extra of the round ball clamps. All I've got to do is put a ball clamp on the CT and a ball clamp on the Himalaya, and have a USB there. And it's as simple as this: pull out the USB, go over, plug it into the CT, put it on the ball mount, and now I have it on that bike. So I could have it on all 3 of my bikes for one. Like I said, it was like 5,000 baht or something like that. But it is freaking awesome. So I should do that video, because I said when I did the Forza video putting it on that I was going to give an evaluation of what I thought, and it's awesome. I was really impressed and still am. So maybe I'll do that today, and maybe I'll take the CT over to have it clean. But that's the only thing I need is the USB mount. It's already got all the bars and everything on it, and I can do the final what I think about that CT. And I wish it had just a little bit more oomph, yeah, and I might do that down the road, make it 150 cc's or something. But we'll see. It for cruising around and anything that I'm really going to probably do, camping and all that kind of stuff, it's fine. I really like it. Okay, what did I miss? Pink hand waving, the African Twin. Have a great day, Central. So you're leaving? She's leaving. I missed that too. Doing great. Lost. Just finished a tour and met Chuck and Joe and Mike in Pachua. Did 56,000 kilometers up to Singapore. Wow, very, very cool. Very cool. And I think, I don't have a problem. I can do stuff. It's getting away for the time that I want to get away. And again, I don't, if I go an hour, I'm done. I'm done. I mean, I got to stop get hydrated, move these old bones around, and then I can go another hour. But I just break it down in time. Although I didn't do that when I drove straight from Pachuap Currycon to Surin, almost 12 hours straight to get back home after that bike trip that we did, which was awesome. I wish that all the same people would go again, but we'll see. You can mount the USB plug on the, yeah, that hole for it. Yeah, exactly. And that's the one that I ordered. I have it. Actually, I've got 3 things that are supposed to go on there. One is supposed to be the front and rear camera, which I have. It's not the one like I've got. It's 1080 on the front camera and 720 on the rear camera. And I've got a set of lights that are going to go up on the front bar. What I'm going to do is I don't have all the stuff and the stuff for electrical. So I did the one because it was easy. I plug in the USB and put the mount on it. It was a piece of cake. But I'll probably take it down to one of the local bike shops and give them some business anyway. Plus they do it all for nothing. I'd have to stand out there and sweat, and they're going to do it for $15. And then it's done. So I got the lights and the front and rear camera, and I'm not going to put the front and rear camera on the Himalaya. In fact, I might even go with a different. I like that. I think it's a 500. What did we say it was? The Honda water cooled, kind of. God, I forget the name of it. Did I have it in here? Where? No. Where's Facebook? Let me go to Marketplace. What is it? Come on. I know that I looked at it, so you're probably going to have one in this little. They're about 100,000 baht, so I might get rid of the Himalaya and trade for that's going to be a 2018 or so 500. They make it in both a 500 and a 300cc. God, what? It's not there. Let me see if it's over here. Honda. Let me see if I put Honda over here. Honda. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. I'm on a tangent again. You guys probably aren't even really interested, but now it's going to bug me if I can't. You guys, I should come back because somebody might know. Almost 2 years after vaccine, I can't drink. I don't know why. Was that a good thing or a bad thing? For me, it might be a good thing. I don't drink. Yeah, that's a hell of a trip, right, Andrew? Dr. Dave's Doobies and used cycles. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Rebel. Let me punch it in there. And let's see. Rebel 500. And like this one here is a 300 for 66,000. Another one for 95,000. Here's a 500 for 133. One for 139. And they're like 2018s, but this one looks interesting here. What is that? It's got a bunch of aftermarket stuff on it, but I don't know if it is it's 100,000 for 17. But let me get a stock one here so you guys, some of you can see. It's a 21. Here's an 18. This looks fairly stock. Now, of course, with my ingenious, did I lose? I lost a few people. This one, share screen, Marketplace. This one here. And it looks like it. I think Joe did a video, and from what my understanding is, he got rid of his Forza and got one of these. I think something like this. He borrowed it, went with 3 guys. They did a video on it, and there's only a couple of pictures of it. Boy, that was it's the same picture. Um, and they went on kind of on off road on road type deal. Let's see. This one's 139, but maybe he's got more pictures. But I think it's kind of a good looking. I like the big wheels, and they're kind of like a well, those are more street tire-ish. This one's more made for the street, but I don't know. Might be interesting to. Let me hide that. Let me get rid of this. Then I don't know. I like the Himalaya too, but I don't know. It's but that isn't, maybe that'll satisfy me on something else. So the 500, it's going to be way faster than the Himalaya, that's for sure. Brian said called the Honda CL 300 and 500. Is that what it is? Scrambler. Okay. No, that's more of a adventure bike type thing, I think. Kind of makes sense. Drive to Singapore fast and make notes, places, notes along the way, and then take your time back exploring. Yeah, I must have missed his explanation. 4 days to Singapore and 3 weeks to come back. That is perfect. And like I said, I dig it. Hey Ted, how you doing? If you guys aren't subscribed, please do. If you're into hunting, fishing, family stuff, it's a great channel. Ted's a good guy. I was hoping to look more like the CL, the 60. Yeah, yeah, and that's why I think I like Andrew has the classic, and I have the Himalaya. That one lunger, it's underpowered, but it's actually fine. I'm being a pain in the ass, but I don't know. I saw this one and I thought that might be more suited for me. So we'll have to see. Of course, on the other hand, I was ready to spend $500,000 on a Harley. So Maui didn't get. Who said that? No, he got a Royal Enfield. The not the Meteor. Is it the Meteor? 300, I think. They make a 600, I think, and it's awesome, but it's expensive. It's like 200 and something. But that's what I consider them, pretty much a rip-off of the Triumph anyway. Dave, let me know when you sea fishing again. Okay, I definitely will. I guess I'm going to have to, because now I've got like 6 or 7 people, and that's probably the max anyway to get out, and I'm not going to fish. I'm just going to kind of keep going. I didn't want to fish the last time, and then had to catch that thing and foul hooked, and took me 2 hours to get it in. It damn near killed me. I didn't want it. Didn't want it. But everybody had caught fish. They're great people, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. And I might, Aaron's in here, I think, unless he took off. I still got to try to get a hold of her and see. They're a 350 Meteor, supposedly a very good bike. Seems underpowered. Yeah, I think they all are. I think all the Royal Enfields are underpowered, but it does, and Maui likes it. So there's Aaron. I gotta get a hold of her and find out. Sometimes in November, maybe you can send me a link to her again, and I'll send a message again. I got to figure out when to go and who's going to go. So I'll probably put up, in case anybody's watching now and is interested, I'll get a hold of Jim. I'll try to get a hold of everybody that I think wants to come. But on the community page, I'll put out a deal saying, okay, this is what I'm looking at getting these dates to this date. It'll probably be a 3-day, 3-day travel to Phuket, and spend 3 days there, the day before we go and the day after. And she's got places, and I can set up the whole deal. So I'll let you know how much it's going to cost and everything. So if we have, it would be me. I'm thinking Baldy wants to go. Tim will go again. Um, I don't think Aaron will be here if I do it in November. But Brian, uh, or no, not Brian. Excuse me. Sorry. What did I do? It was Perry said he wanted to go. So that's fine. And then Jim. So I think that would probably be it because I think she said 5 or 6. And you could bring your girlfriend, your significant other, whatever. But actual people fishing. There's plenty of room on the boat. Air conditioned inside the deal. They feed everybody. So we can tell it doesn't going to make a difference if we have 7 or 6 people fishing and we have 12 people. We just have to let them know, and then they'll figure in the money that it will cost for feeding them and whatever. But it's a fun time. Let's see. Yeah, there's plenty of videos and stuff on the trip. I know that Aaron has some, Tim has some, I have some. Check them out. You'll dig it, man. It's fun. Yeah, I saw the Hunter too. Dave, you're right. Enfield Hunter. I think it's a Meteor 350, and then they make a 600. And they look kind of like that's what was rolling me towards. It's kind of similar to that. And now he's got a little side bag for it. He just bought it for him and the wife to run around in Huhin. And then on the longer stuff, he's got a Forza just like mine. Actually, pretty much set up just like mine, with side bags and a top box. Dave on the line group. There's a group chat. Oh, that's right, with her in it. Okay, I forgot about that. All right, that'll work. That'll work, Aaron. I got to try, and I'll write down who I think's gonna go, and then I'll get a date, and I'll get prices from her, and then I'll put it on the community page to get a hold of me. Maybe we'll start some kind of a line chat group, and I'll let everybody know what it's going to cost. It's not going to be, well, like I said, it's all relative, right? $100 to somebody's a lot of money. $100 to somebody else isn't anything. So the last bicylinder 650 Enfield is a good bike. French guy, Nuban bought one and had also an African twin and did positive. Yeah, cool. Yeah, they have. I was looking. I haven't ridden any except for my Himalaya, and I'm the first one to say it's underpowered. But is it a plenty of power for a 67-year-old dude? Or if somebody that hasn't ridden a lot, I think it's a perfect bike for. You're not going to hurt yourself too bad on that Himalaya. But I do like it. I might keep it and just bite the bullet and do it. Although there's a couple of things, the airbox. I don't like motors that don't breathe well, and this one definitely doesn't breathe. So I'm going to have to do something on the exhaust side and on the intake. And I know that there is some stuff out there on YouTube that they do. Hey Jake, take it easy. I missed it. Sounds really fun. I'm like, yeah, there's Tim. You're awake. The wife's back. You're not single anymore. I know that I've seen a bunch of stuff on Facebook. You guys were in Bangkok, I think. I saw the pictures on there. I just didn't want. I was gonna send something to you and see how you were doing, but I didn't want to bother you. The wife's been gone quite a while. But I think everybody, right? Grandkid meeting for the first time, and daughters there, obviously. I think. If you guys are interested in building, and that's why you're watching, Tim built a house in Udon and did a very good job on documenting it. So by all means, take a look at it. I ride a Triumph Speed 2. Good fun. Triumph's good bikes. My brother-in-law bought one, and I forget what it was. I forget the name. If it was a Bonneville, it was a 650. It was nice. I got I'm sitting at home that I don't know what I'm going to do with. I got a Triumph Tiger, the not so popular one, the 955, and that thing's a screamer, man. Even the BMW guys who hate most of the time Triumphs, they've got everything bad to say about them except for that motor. They got that motor in a few different bikes. That motor's a beast, freaking beast. Nothing. I like Triumphs. I wish I could get an old one. Yeah, no, I don't. My wife says I have enough bikes. But yeah, I was gonna give you a call, but you still want to go if we go, right? Yep, 3 days in Bangkok. Daughter, son-in-law, and grandson here also from cool, very cool. I haven't seen any pictures of the child, so I'm imagining those will be to come. But you still want to go if we go in November, or are they still going to be here in November? And I think a 3-day deal in the middle of the week would be an awesome deal. Like Tuesday, go out on Wednesday, stay Thursday, and come home Friday morning or something like that. So, let's see. Triumph purchases is reasonable in Thailand, but the spares costs are outrageous. Yeah, I seen some of them there. You know what's really weird, and I don't know. I had the reason I didn't buy that 2006 Street Glide was because it wasn't so much of the 5-speed instead of the 6-speed. Didn't care about that. I really didn't care, but I thought about it and probably would have been better to have it fuel injected. In 2006, you could get a Street Glide either way, either carbureted or a fuel injected. And I would have rather had the fuel injection. And then the teacher of the oldest daughter over in the private school, he's got a couple of them. He goes riding all the time. He's also got an ADV 750. He's got a Forza 350. He's got a bunch of bikes, BMW. And he said that first of all, I said, all these bikes, they're not coming with books. They're just coming. People are saying, oh yeah, you can write it all over on this piece of paper all over Thailand. Well, I'm not going to spend $500,000 baht on something that could or could not be ridden. So most of them are going to be up in the sevens, okay, for the Harleys. And what he said was this guy was 580, and I think I could have probably got it for maybe close to 550. It was registered, it was carbureted, but I've been dealing with carburetors since I was 10. But that means I would have to screw with it probably, because he said ask him where he gets it serviced. He told me, I just get it serviced the same place I get my car serviced. And he said that's because some of these bikes that come in, even though they're still Harley Davidson in Thailand will not service them. Now, why? I would go apeshit. If I had a Harley Davidson and I rolled into a Harley Davidson dealer and they wouldn't service it, Harley Davidson would be getting emails from me every day. I'm retired. I got plenty of time on what a bunch of crap that is. But they don't work on certain ones. So he's trying to find me something, so we'll see what happens. Let's just say mid-November might work for me, Dave. Please keep me in the loop. I will definitely do that, Mitch, for sure. I guess I better set it up because I'm going to have plenty of people. I'm probably going to have to tell people. I might have to set up 2. I don't know. Maybe if I do that, I might set up one in December when Aaron's here, because he'll be coming. I'm imagining you're coming, Aaron, the same time around Christmas time. Some people can do it, some people can't, because I know Chuck couldn't do it and Joe couldn't do it last time because they had other obligations. I was lucky enough to go. It was an awesome trip. I recommend it to anybody. And Tim saying hello, Mitch saying hello. But it was, if you guys get a chance to check out the video in either Tim's channel or my channel or Aaron's channel, you'll see what I'm talking about. The boat is freaking awesome. And like I said, you can bring your significant other and they can all go around. They won't fish, or unless you want them to fish and you don't want to fish. But I think they said 4 or 5 people or not, but you could have 10, 12 people on the boat. So you just have to pay a certain thing because they have to feed them and, do whatever they got to do. They're more than fair. Trust me. So we went there and they did all that for nothing. And they were very gracious. The people that own the boat, they're relatives of Aaron, and they have apartments to stay in and everything. They'll just, all we got to do is fly in. They'll have someone pick us up if we're around the same time, take us to the room, take us to the boat, take us back, take us out, take us back to the airport. It'll all be handled. And I think it'll be reasonable enough to where, like I said, it depends. $100 is $100, and it's different to everybody. But I'm going to guess in the $100 to $200 range if we have 5 people. I'm imagining about $1,000, maybe a little more. But that's reasonable to me. If you're a fisherman, that's and like I said, they put us on the fish, and no doubt. And of course, next time with me, I'd rather be catching something to eat. I've caught marlin and everything. I'd rather be catching tuna and dolphin or mahi and stuff like that. And they run around, and I think they told me November was a good time. So I will check into it, and I will keep everybody in mind. Yeah, I got lucky, right, Centrip? I mean, my wife and my family is awesome, and my life is blessed. I, I I don't know what else to say. You're absolutely right. I have a good life, for sure. Dave, you have a pond and a pool. Crazy question. Do you think having a natural pool without chemicals would work here in Thailand? Would love to snorkel in a pool full of fish. Yeah, I think it could. What it is like the pond that I have. I don't know if you've seen the Ubon. If you look at the latest Ubon video that I did, you'll see the pond out there, and it's about half a rye or something like that, a quarter rye. I don't know. It's perfect size for something like that, and it's deep. The thing is all balanced, man. It's all balanced. Like my uncle, I had to tell him, you can't bring your buffalo in there to come in and wade in there and piss and shit in the pond because I put koi in there. It's getting the balance, enough fish in there for the ecosystem, and it'll all balance out itself. Putting rocks and stuff in there so that you have surface area and you get bacteria going and you have some kind of water movement, which I will put a solar paddle system on it. Maybe a couple of air pumps, all running off of solar during the day or whatever. It'd be nice during the night to have batteries backup so you could run air during the night. And that's what I probably will try to do if I spend enough time there. Once you get that balance down and that water clears up, as long as you keep the balance right, and you could throw out the balance by just throwing 10 fish in there and everything would go to shit. So it's really kind of the ecosystem has to be perfect. But do I think it's possible? Sure. And you can snorkel and do whatever you want. It would be awesome, actually. But mine's going to be full of koi. So if I get it clear and balanced, you're more than welcome to come to Ubon and snorkel around. Yeah, I'll find out. I'll see what it is. They're very fair. They're very fair people. So I will definitely keep you in the loop and let you know because I don't know. I'm guessing at everything. So I will definitely let you know. I think the pool would have to have large naturals. Yeah, and I think what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on running my solar well all during the day and let it just pump water into the deal and overflow. So I will have an influx of fresh water and an outflow of water. So it's all getting the balance. I think it can be done. I don't know how hard it would be to keep it going, but it would be kind of cool to have. But once it's clear and everything, a lot of people I know that in Craig's, I don't see him here. He's probably doing something again. Every time I do a live stream, he comes in and goes, "Damn, I missed it again." But his last video that I watched, it was talking about how he wants to jump in the one pond that he has to cool off during the summertime. I have a paddle system, 12 volt at home, but the water is mustard colored. Yeah, that's about it. And some of them, I know, depending on what kind of fish you have in there and stuff like that, they do have a a binder type deal that you can put on the in there, and it'll take that and actually make the bottom more water sealed. I've never used it, but it will actually take it out of it. Now I don't know what I haven't read into it perfectly yet on what kind of harm it will do to what kind of fish. But the one paddle deal that I had looked at was on Lasada. It was 16,000 baht, and it was run off of just a solar panel, and then below the solar panel, it on two floats, and below the solar panel a platform, the motor, and then on either side the paddle wheels. And then what he did was just rope it off and then just let it go, and it'll try to pull against the ropes, and you can set it wherever you want pretty much in the pond. So we'll see, but I might try it a little bit with that. So I'll definitely keep you updated on what I find, because I'd like it to be clear because I want to see the fish. Yeah, I've never seen a clear pond here. A lot of rivers with waterfalls, clear waters, and fishing. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen some. Like I said, it all depends, because that's not what they're after here in Thailand. They want to grow catfish and tilapia and whatever they can get to grow to eat. So they don't really care. And that's originally what that pond was going to be. And now my wife is more of a fanatic on koi than I am, and she wanted to put some koi in there. So we'll see what happens. Don't get ducks. No, I'm not planning on it. I'm hoping not. I'm not a big duck or geese guy or anything like that. God, I'm looking at my food here. Bamboo looks good. And it's only been 2.5 hours. All of my fish are doing well all over. 1 kilo after 2 years. I have 5 different species, but the water is not clear as the mud is too soft. Yeah, there's a way to bind that. If you go on a lot of the places in California, some fish farm people, a lot of them use either plastic, that rubber stuff. But there are places that turn that they'll take all that sediment out of the water, and then when it goes down, it also binds with the clays and the dirts and whatever, and actually seals the pond. So, but I don't know if you do that before you put the fish in, or whether you can do that when you put the fish in. And I haven't checked into it deep enough yet. What did you have? Don't get. Oh, you had four ducks. Are they now barbecue, or? I know when you get here, you're gonna have a barbecue. They're probably somebody's pets now. All right, I gotta taste this one piece of bamboo, just because it's staring me in the face, and maybe a little pork. Wow. You'll have to check if I find out anything, Perry. I'll share it with you. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So the koi will get along with pretty much everything. I don't. I don't know what my wife said. I said I want to put some nice, some decent quality fish in there, because when they get big, you might be able to sell one. Oh no, my wife's never going to sell anything. She's a fanatic. she's really gone over the deep end. She's got me buying fish from auctions and stuff. Japanese fish, little ones, cheap, 300 baht, 400 baht, decent quality. But that's what I'm talking about putting in. She said no, because the neighbors, they aren't going to know if they eat them or not. And one cousin's already looking and going, "Can we eat those?" So it's going to be interesting. But that was the reason that I wanted to do that. The second deal was, if they do completely decriminalize growing ganja, I would put them onto that. I would put them onto the only way I could see doing it here in Thailand. I come from growing weed for many years in California, but the is in a greenhouse. The humidity is way too high in here to get buds, this big around and not expect to find them packed full of mold. So I would have to do it inside there, but show them that instead of them doing 100 rye of rice, they could do one rye with two nice greenhouses or decent greenhouses on it, and do 1/100th of the work and made 1,000th more money than they're going to make off of rice, because they don't make anything off of rice. But I haven't heard anybody come up to me and say it's been completely decriminalized, and I won't do it otherwise. But I would turn them on and teach them how to do it. I have 2 months Sunny bar. They are the first ones. Eat everything good thing. You will have good control of weeds. I throw 15 gigs of cabbage leaves. It's gone in 30 minutes. Really? Yeah, I was just starting to check in, because the house is coming to an end, and I was just starting to get into, okay, what do I need for tilapia or whatever I want to do? Because I figured, hey, if I'm gonna buy the fish and put them in there and pay for food and do all that, I might as well let it, somehow benefit the family, because they don't have anything there. I don't know if people out there that are watching know that much about rural Thailand. They eat bamboo, man. What they grow in the backyard, bamboo and vegetables off the ground, and mushrooms. I had an awesome mushroom soup when I was there. The time that they eat meat and stuff like that is when I come in there. We'll buy stuff at the market on the way in, and then they'll have pork, and they do occasionally get it, but they don't have any money. They don't have an abundance of money. Very easy Thai life. My family in Ubon, great people too. That's why I'm glad I can take them to Koh Chang. My uncle and my aunt are gonna freak out. My mother and father-in-law did when I took them there last time. My wife said they would have never ever have been able to experience anything even close to this. So I'm glad that they're gonna come. So ruthless, are they? I'm gambling on the fact that I got 56 out of 60 of my neighbor's chickens. You are? Let's see. For the year, yes, watch for the Siamese mark. My tilapia are too slow to get the food pellets compared to the bar. Really? Sounds like you know what's going on, so I'm glad that we met up, because if I do, I'd still, I don't know how they would get them out, and from the koi. My wife wants the koi; she likes to look at it. She can look at this pond all day long, but she likes it. So, and crickets and grasshoppers. There are all kind of bugs here. Eat, okay. Koh Chang is great. I love that island, man. It's awesome. Going to Koh Chang next week. Really, I'm going on the 13th of October for seven nights, 7 days, something like that. Avoid catfish and snakehead. I heard that too. You can share your experience. I have carp too. Do you? Yeah, they all. I don't think that they would harm each other, but I don't know how they would separate them out to get the tilapia to eat. They eat a crap load of bamboo. I was really surprised until the first time that she made me another dish that actually tasted fishy, and I don't really like fishy taste anything. Okay, and I eat it. It was that with a tuna and some other fish sauce and fermented this and that, and spicy as hell. And I think that's why I kept wanting to go back and back and back. It was the spice. They completely mud up the waters. Yeah, Mitch have you stayed at the Diwa? I'll have to check that out. No, I haven't. I don't know if Mitch has. You got rid of all yours? Or we're staying at the Serenity, and that's if you watch the entry to any one of my older videos, because I've kind of changed in and out where the drones flying in, and there's those bungalow buildings that have the plunge pool, jacuzzi, or whatever on top, and table and everything. That's Serenity. We've been there. This will be the third time. It's great for families and for anybody. Tim met us there, and I'm going to be staying, Tim, in the. I think we added the aunt and uncle, so now we've got the 2-bedroom, and now we've got 8 people. So Tim stayed, and his wife stayed in the little regular room deal. So I got one of those, the last one I think they had, and we're staying. I think we'll stay there and let the aunt and the uncle and my mother and father-in-law and the kids have the one, so they can do whatever they want to do. I don't care. We'll go over there and eat, go up on the roof, and there's a full kitchen over there. So excellent place if that's what you're into. That's where we're planning to stay. Oh, really? At Serenity? Oh, at Diwa. Okay. So yes, I have stayed there. Okay, there you go. Mitch won't turn you, push you the wrong way. I want to say that I've heard that that's a pretty nice place, right, Mitch? Is that where you guys stayed when you went, Chuck and them too? I've heard that name before. We still got 20 people who've been 2.5 hours. You guys are freaking awesome. And I'm looking at my food. Do I look any thinner? Because I can't get to that food. Beautiful place, excellent pool and facilities. The beach is nice. I stayed, yeah, that's what I thought, to Chuck and Paige, poolside, James and Fitstein, the round rooms on the end, very nice too. Yeah, I thought I seen it. It looks like a great place. So if you want to, go pull up, go on to Chuck and Paige's deal and pull up their video, and I'm sure you'll see a bunch of it, Tim. I think all you'd have to do is probably for a search of his places, put in either Ko Chang or, well, Ko Chang, you'll probably get 100 videos, but you might be able to put in the name of that hotel, and it might do that. I don't know if it does or not. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. I loved it. Some shops within walking distance, 7-Eleven on the main road, etc. Yeah, very cool. Are you still planning on maybe meeting up when you get back, Mitch? I think you are. Let's see. It feels like a 5-star. It's got to be pretty close from what I saw. If it's not a 5, it's a 4, right? Where am I at here? There we go. Heading out, Dave. All right. Thanks for coming by, Aaron. Appreciate it. And I'll go look for that afterwards. I better get something out of it. It seems like we got plenty of people to go fishing. Are you gonna, before you go, if you've got a second, are you gonna be here around Christmas? If we have enough people for 2 trips and one of them want to go in December at that time, do you want to go? Let me know. Or you don't have to. You can go and send me a message later. Yes, wanting to. Okay, cool. I'll be there. Yeah, I think you'd like the place. I remember the video exactly, and it was really cool. Really a nice place. There's so many places there to go check. The only reason that we don't, it's so. I think if I go again with the family next time, I might change it up a bit, because you can get a house for 40,000, 5-bedroom with a pool close to the water. So I might try one of those on Agoda. Or I might try what is that? I've never done it before. B&B or whatever, Airbnb. I've never done that. And I know Mitch has. And I know a few people have done that. I've never used Airbnb. Mitch and them. Chuck was and Paige were the ones to suggest um, trying Airbnb. So I forget the places we've stayed. Yeah, I know it's hard for Chuck to and Paige to forget because they've got 200 videos on every place that they've stayed. That's why I say if anybody's out there, and most of you guys came over from Chuck and Paige's channel, you know, even if anybody's watching or whatever, uh, no time to be sad. I guarantee you, especially here in Thailand, if you want to go to wherever Krabi or whatever, go and search their site. I bet you they've been there 3, 4, 5 times, and you got 3, 4, 5 videos, probably different hotels, different times of the year. It gives you a good view. If you're traveling, definitely one of the channels you want to hit up, no doubt. You like the bungalows where we stayed with Cara and Chuck and Paige. Yeah, I know. I don't. You're like me, Mitch. I don't remember the places. Some of the time, I like Serenity. I know, but most of the time when I go, I do a video on the particular place, so I can go back and see what it was. Most of the time, I ask for. Yeah, exactly. Where have I been? But they haven't. Well, he went to the Philippines. I know James did. I saw Foz. She's still doing a bunch of lives and stuff. I know she blacked out one of her arms. A bunch of people got freaked out. But I don't know if you've seen that. It's actually pretty cool. They'll come back and do white art on the blackout. It's like the latest thing. And she definitely likes her tats. So hey, to each their own. More power to you. I'll Google. uh, what we went there too. Was it Hood? I don't remember. When we went to it there too. Still Ko Chang. I was the next island over. There's a couple of them around there, and we went there too. In fact, Chuck and Paige did too, and we stayed at the hotel because they went there. We stayed at one of the hotels that we liked the way it looked, and it was awesome. Um, I don't remember the name. Somebody was to say it, I would. If you went on a map and you pulled it up, I could probably tell you what it is if you said it. But let's see. They're saying what I like in Ko Chang is the various accommodation prices you have. I've found excellent places, no sea view, but nice pooling rooms. Yeah, exactly. Most definitely. In fact, I liked it so much. I had one point checked into getting just a place to go, for a year, rent a little place off the beaten path, a little bungalow shoved in, and they would give you a hell of a price, especially it was right during or at the end of COVID, and get it for a year. That way I could go there anytime I wanted. Thought about buying a condo in Rayong and doing that, but my wife talked me out of that. And again, she was right, I think. I have it's amazing as I got older and actually listened to what the significant other in my life was actually saying, and towards the end of this one's life, they actually pretty smart and were right way more than I was, put it that way. But yeah, there were some neat places. Resort Chang, short walk from there, Ree's Diner, and friends of the YouTube community. There you go. I put that up there, and I took it away. There you go. Yeah, a lot of, I don't know. It's probably one of my favorite islands, and I'm 5 hours pretty much from the ocean. I come into Rayong, Tarat, that type area, and it's another boat ride over across to Ko Chang. So it was, you know, it wouldn't have been bad if I had a place and that I could go to once a month. I go there for a week and go down there, and 6 hours I'm there, stay for 4 or 5, 6 days, and come back. It would have been okay, and I could have rented some really nice places. But my wife said, "Why don't we just go around and rent different places all around?" It kind of made sense, but I don't care as long as I get the Jonesing out of my way. Like if we go to Ko Chang for the week, if when we go to Ko Chang, I'll have that'll be my jonesing deal, and I'll can relax for a month and a half or 2 months, and then I want to go back to the ocean, which is easy to do. Exactly, Perry Ko Chang. So many, yeah, they do big time. And Tim's saying he's looking at that one also. There you go. I would definitely run through Chuck's videos on Ko Chang. I bet you. I don't know how many he has, but he's got a bunch, and I'm guaranteeing that he stayed at different hotels and different times of the year. Let's see. So 2 hours and 45 minutes and 17 people here. You guys are diehards, but I think I'm going to end because I've got a bunch of stuff to do. What time is it? Wow, 11:30. I've got some stuff I want to get done. So I will thank everybody for here. By all means, Perry, email me, and we'll see what's going on. I'm going to jump on after I get off here while I'm still on the computer. I'm going to jump on and see if I can write a message to her about putting together a trip. Mid-November, I'm gathering. Mid-November, like I said, it'll probably be. Well, it doesn't have to be. If somebody goes and they don't want to spend any extra money, you can fly in, the day before and leave the day after, and just spend one night in a hotel. So let me put it together first and see what we got price wise, and I'm gonna try to make it obviously as economical as possible. And they're really fair. Like I said, they're not gonna go, oh, okay, we get it from Frank, let's charge them $1 million. They're just not that type of people. So I will check into that. I will put something on the community page again, saying that we put the people together that want to go in mid-November, and then if we have extra people that want to go again in December, I'll put something on there for that trip and see if we put it together. We'll see what happens. But I want to thank everybody for watching. Let me go back, and in case you didn't know, Richard of Richard Travels did my intro and my outro for my live streams. If you watch this channel, you know I do this at the end of every one of my videos. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you're not subscribed, think about it. It's free. We have a bunch of fun on this channel. And I want to thank all the subscribers that are subscribed. You guys are freaking awesome. I want to have a great morning, afternoon, and evening. And I will catch you on the next one.